So I stopped driving my big semi-truck a few weeks ago. And after I quit driving, I had about a week off, and then we went to San Diego and we were there for a week. And now we've been back for a week. So it's been about 3 weeks that I have no longer been driving. And this morning, I am ecstatic. And let me show you why. See that? That's snow. It started about 2 hours ago. It's mid-morning. If I was still driving, I would be out in that. But here I am, sitting at home, and I can honestly say for the first time in years, let it snow. Tiny House Prepper. Hi there everybody, I'm Bill.
And I'm Elizabeth with Tiny House Prepper.
And I am so happy to be home now and to be finished driving.
Yeah, yes.
I was able to quit my driving job, as you know if you saw the video, about 3.5 weeks ago. It's been 3.5 weeks since I stopped driving. And
busy, 3.5 weeks.
Busy, yeah. And I'm definitely still working. I've just changed from being an employer, to being an employee, to being self-employed. And so
yeah, he's still plenty busy.
Yeah.
Just working working on things with the Thrive Life, working on things with YouTube. So it's not like a complete retirement, it's just being at home,
right,
and not driving a million hours a week.
Right. Like for instance, I spend a lot of time now, I have a lot more time available to work the Thrive Life business, where I talk to customers and consultants on the phone and answer questions and help with orders and all that kind of stuff. And then, like for instance, today we're going to be doing 3 videos.
Yeah, we're trying to kind of expand.
We're doing this one, and we're going to be doing Tea with Jesus.
Yep.
And I'm going to be doing a training video for my Thrive downline consultants. So I'm definitely still busy. I'm not just retired and sitting in a hammock and reading a book and drinking iced tea. Though I am drinking iced tea. So,
but he's not trying to fit life in around working so many hours. It's been really wonderful. And
this was really all possible because Thrive Life has been so good to us, and all of our customers have been so good to us.
Yeah.
And of course YouTube, we get a little bit of income from that too. But,
yeah.
So Thrive is just a great way to go if you're looking to make some extra income, or if you want to build it into a full-time income like we did. It's a great company. It's a great home-based business. If you're interested in that, contact me and I can answer more questions about that.
Sure.
So, one of the great things about being self-employed is that I now have my own schedule. I spent 24 years in the Army, where I definitely had a boss.
Yep.
Now, half of that time was in the National Guard. So it's not, if you add up all those years, then I'd be 120. But, in the Army for 24 years, half of that in the National Guard. And then about 20 years or so, 25 years, I don't know, as a contractor, where I was self-employed contractor.
Yeah, had our own business
so
with his family.
I went from being in the Army and definitely having a boss to being the boss. Being the boss and being self-employed, and I really enjoyed the freedom of that. And then when all of that...
Yeah, although if you don't work, you don't earn.
Sure, if you don't work, you don't earn, obviously. Yeah. But, and then in 2008, when we lost everything, I went back to being an employee again and driving a truck too many hours a week. And so now it's just really great to be self-employed again. Like, for instance, we just found out about a concert that we would like to go to. It's in a city about 4 hours from here. So, and it's of course in the evening, so we'll have to go there during the day, go to the concert in the evening, and then unless we want to drive all night to get home, we'll have to get a hotel there and come back the next day. Now, if I was still driving a truck, I would have to go and, beg my boss for 2 days off so that I could go to that concert, and then lose all of the income involved in just 2 days of lost work. But now we can just decide to go do that, and the way my business works, I can work it on the road if I need to, or I can just do it later. Mm-hmm. So the freedom just to be able to go enjoy that concert, get a hotel room, and come back the next day, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm really loving it.
Also, just to be able to go visit family
Right.
You know, we try to make sure that we spend time with Bill's dad on a really regular, frequent basis. He has his own little cute senior apartment, but we try to be with him and check on him and stuff frequently. And so when Bill was working with the truck, we would have just sometimes only one day a week on the weekend that we could see him. So if we wanted to try to plan on doing anything, we had to figure out how to make sure we still could see him often enough on a weekend.
Right.
But now, if we would want to maybe go down and visit with some family, we could plan on, you know, checking on him on a Wednesday.
We're talking about going out of state to visit
Yes,
family.
yeah, he can't travel, you know, real well like that, and he's perfectly safe in his little apartment. We just like to make sure and check on him and spend time with him. But we'll have the flexibility to pick a day of the week if we need to, and then go and see somebody and still get back. The flexibility to be able to go up to Maine and see my sister, or to go and, you know, just visit is amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And we can still work all these businesses. We can still keep it going, but I just wanted to, you know, say how much I am excited.
You know,
about
that's
that.
the cool thing too about Thrive Life is that as long as I have a phone connection, and we have a hotspot on our cell phone for internet connection, as long as I have that, I can work it from anywhere. So.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I spend a lot of time on the phone with customers and things. So if we go up to your sister's house in Maine and we could stay for a week and I can still work from there, and it's, you know, it's great.
And we can still see his dad.
Yeah.
Make sure he's okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
But, you know, now that I'm home all the time and we live in this tiny house,
We really do.
250 square feet. So we are now together 24/7. And so I can hear the questions, you know, how are you guys surviving underfoot? Don't you, Elizabeth, don't you get tired of having him home all the time? Don't you bug each other when you can never get separate time apart?
Well,
So,
and
how's that going?
It's you know, been pretty snowy, cold weather out there.
Right.
So
Since I've been home, I've hardly left the house except to run up to the grocery store once in a while to get something that Thrive doesn't carry, like bread.
well, and we you know, one of the things I got to say that I have really loved is that we kind of just do things together now. We had to help his dad with a doctor's appointment. Had to go check on him and help him with a doctor's appointment, and then I ran and got my driver's license renewed, and we just got a whole bunch of errands done, and we just did it together.
Yeah, that's something she could have done by herself. I didn't
Sure.
have to go with her, but I went with her.
Yeah,
And we just spent the day together and doing errands and saw my father when we went to the doctor. He took him to the doctor.
got a new mailbox
Got-
because
yeah.
the other one didn't close properly, and I got tired of wet mail.
So we
yeah.
just did it all together.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest that there are adjustments that you have to make to always having somebody with you. But it's been fine. We are very peaceful together, and you know, we just know what each other kind of needs to do. And also, just in a tiny place like this, if we have to be doing two separate things at the same time, there's headphones. There's all sorts of ways that he could work on something and I can work on something, and we're not, over making too much noise or causing problems for each other.
Right.
I still have one student that comes here. She's such a sweetheart. I started her when she was 9. She's 26 now. Comes to me and does voice lessons, and so when she and the other lady and I were in here, Bill just went back in the bedroom, and it works out. We're doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in a place this small, we have to accommodate each other all the time.
Yeah.
If she's standing in the kitchen and I need to go back into the bedroom or the bathroom, I can't get by her. It's narrow enough that we can't pass each other in the hallway. And that's all this trailer is a hallway.
Yeah, it's a hallway with like embellishments along the sides.
So
Yep.
we just have to learn to accommodate each other and be patient with each other and move out of each other's way and
communicate.
Communicate, yeah.
Yes.
If I just stand there waiting for her to move and she doesn't
I
notice,
don't realize it.
I can't get upset. I just have to say, "Can I get by? Can I get by, please?"
Yeah, we have to really talk to each other, and really say, it's okay to be able to say, can I please get by? And have the other person say, give me just a second and I'll be all done. Or the other person, oh, sure, I'll get out of the way. You just have to have a good sense of humor about it. And, work around each other, and that's okay.
Or would
know?
you please put the headphones on so I can concentrate on the book that I'm reading?
Right. Wasn't that this morning?
Yeah. I was working on editing. No, I wasn't editing a video. I was watching a video, and
Yeah.
so I just put my headphones on, and we were all peachy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've discovered that when you have headphones on, unless you're listening to something, it doesn't block noise out enough. So, but there's easy ways to work on stuff like that. Easy ways to work it out.
Right.
You know. So, yeah. I think we're going to be fine with it. You just have to you have to realize you're on the same side. You have to really communicate. You have to be willing to be honest. You have to be willing to be considerate and respectful of each other. And I've always appreciated that. He's always, I've always enjoyed the respect that I've felt in our relationship. And so yeah, we're managing it.
So that's it. This is our new life, and we're doing well with it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we're really excited to the point where we can start to travel in our new travel trailer, our new cottage.
We went over yesterday because we had. I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you going to say?
Yeah, it's still winter, so we can't really do that around here unless we go to Florida or something,
Right.
and that's more of an involved trip.
Right.
So we want to do a couple of local things first to test it out before we just take off like that, So anyway,
We found out that we might need to have a recall on our fire extinguisher over there.
in the trailer.
Inside the little cottage trailer. And so we went over to check on that, and it turned out we didn't have the one that needed to be recalled. But we were bundled up in our coats because it's all winterized. And we just sat in there for a while and just enjoyed being there, dreaming about what we were hoping to be able to do.
Pretended we were sitting in our trailer somewhere, or in our cottage somewhere in Arizona or
Yeah,
Texas.
somewhere where it was warm.
Yeah.
Yep.
The beginning clip that I did for this video when it was snowing, I did that 4 days ago, and we haven't gotten around to doing the rest of the video until today. And I woke up this morning and there was an additional 4 inches on the road that snowed overnight. And once again, I was just so happy thinking, I don't have to drive that truck. In fact, I don't even have to leave the house unless I feel like it.
Right. He gets the happiest little grin on his face.
Every
It's
time
wonderful.
every time I see the snow, it used to be my blood pressure would go up and I'd start stressing out. And now every time I see the snow, it's like, let it snow.
Isn't it pretty? Right. Of course, it's a blessing that most things we need to get to aren't that far away.
Right.
So, and I grew up in very snowy conditions, so it doesn't faze me at all to drive in it. But
Well, it doesn't faze me at all to drive in it either, unless I'm driving an 80,000-pound truck 300 miles on a snow-covered road. That's a whole different ballgame.
The next thing I was going to say was, however, I've never had to drive a semi in it. Boy, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Snow. Here we are. We are happy. So,
Yeah.
if you've enjoyed this video, please like it down below. That helps a lot.
And subscribe.
And subscribe.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for coming along and for all the wonderful comments that you give us all the time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. And but just what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
This is just being us.
Yeah.
So I'm just grateful to have him home.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
So, thank you, everybody.
Be blessed.
Have a great day.
Yep.